Hello guys, this is George back here with another vlog, and today I am here at Real Madrid World at Dubai Parks and Resorts, a new park here at the resort. I say new park, it used to be known as Bollywood. However, it closed down a couple years ago and reopened earlier this year as Real Madrid World. Along with that, all of the rides were rethemed into different attractions and experiences, all based around football. And of course, a new GCI coaster opened as well. This has been standing but not operating for a long time, but it finally opened earlier this year with the park, and I'm really looking forward to getting on it, called Hala Madrid, the coaster. So I'm gonna head straight there. There's two coasters here. I don't know too much about what else. I know they've got the world's tallest Starflyer. In terms of any dark rides or anything, I'm not sure. They used to have a lot of dark rides when it was Bollywood. However, I think they've turned a lot of those into more kind of interactive football experiences, which I'm not really fussed about. I'm not a football fan. I'm here for the rides. So I'm going to go over, get on the coasters. Hopefully there will be some dark rides. I can see just here at the entrance there's the Road to Victory bus simulator, so maybe I'll give that a go later if I get time. I've got about 3.5 hours in the park until it closes. It closes at 10 tonight, so let's go straight over to Hala Madrid. So here's a look at the entrance street. So you've got that bus simulator there. You've got Meet the Stars here as well, which I think is some kind of walkthrough. Hala Madrid restaurants you've got there. It's a nice entrance street, I'll give it that. Here you go, you've got this big fountain just here as well. I have no idea where I'm going, but I'll find out. I don't think it's going to be a particularly big park. Yeah, I think that's going to be some kind of interactive walkthrough maybe, where you can meet different footballers. I don't know. I don't really care about the things like that. I'm here for the rides. Oh, there we go. There's one of the coasters. The Wave La Ola. Yeah, I'll get on that later. I'm headed for that one right now. That big GCI monster just there. Hala Madrid. Let's go for a ride on this. So this is a hybrid coaster. It's got a wooden track and steel supports. Let's go for a ride. So I've just had two rides there on Hala Madrid. That was an absolutely brilliant coaster. So it's been standing but not operating since 2020. Originally it was going to be opening as Bombay Express, but then of course the park changed from Bollywood to Real Madrid World, and when it was rethemed, that was the name changed of that to Hala Madrid, and that was brilliant. It's a long ride, some great airtime on there, nice and smooth as well. Of course it's a new roller coaster, so you'd expect it to be smooth. However, I have always found it interesting that they decided to put a wooden coaster in a country that is it operates in a very hot climate. It gets really hot over here, and typically wooden roller coasters in the heat, it can make them rough. So it'll be interesting to see how that's operating in 5 or 10 years time, because maybe it will get rough. I don't know. I do worry that it's going to get rough. I do worry that it's going to get to a point where it's going to be unbearably rough. I do think it's a bit bizarre that they went for a wooden coaster here. Of course, it's got wooden track and a steel support structure. Maybe the steel support structure is to do with that. However, it's still got wooden track, and therefore that could still make it rougher. So it'll be interesting to see how that's running in a few years' time. I do worry that it might get rough, but for now, it's a brilliant ride. Great airtime on there. Definitely get out here and ride that coaster before it gets unbearably rough. So you've got the Unstoppables, the Universe Cup just here. It's got a cue board here, so I'm wondering if this maybe is a ride. I have absolutely no idea what it is. I don't know a lot about this. All I know is there's two coasters here and the Starflyer. I don't know anything about these other attractions, so I'm gonna go in here. It's only 5 minutes anyway, so if it's not a ride, it doesn't matter because I won't be waiting long for it. And let's go and see what it is. So I walked straight onto Unstoppables there. It's a dark ride, a tracked dark ride. This ride system reminded me of a similar ride system to the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man at Islands of Adventure in Florida. However, that one had barely any movement. I'll be honest, it was terrible. So, okay, There's three problems I had with it. One, it was really short. Two, I didn't really understand what was going on. And three, there was no theming. Like, you were going through and you go and watch a screen, the ride vehicle moves a little bit, it kind of moves you side to side quite slowly, as if you're just going in like this a little bit at the screen. And then you go over to the next screen, do the same thing, then the next screen and do the same thing, the next screen and do the same thing. Very repetitive, and then it's over. Nothing happens. From what I could gather with the story of that, is you were in space and you got captured by some weird space alien that are trying to stop you from playing in a football match. That's what I gathered was going on with that. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it was terrible. There was no theme. It was just screen to screen to screen to screen. The walls were just covered with vinyl stickers with weird patterns on it that kind of looked like you were in space. It was really, really odd. I'm glad I walked straight onto it because it was terrible. I'm going to go on the Stars Flyer now, which is the world's tallest star flyer. I'm looking forward to this, and yeah, I'll get some footage of it. So there we go, I just went on the Star Flyer. Great ride, you've got some amazing views up there. Of course, you can look straight down at the rest of this park, look over towards Motion Gate, which is all lit up. It's a brilliant ride, really, really enjoyed that. Of course, taking you up over 400 feet tall, and you haven't got a lot holding you in on there. You've just got the normal kind of lap bar you've got on Star Flyers, and then you've got a little seat belt as well. But like the sides are really low down. It's like you feel really free on there. If you're scared of heights, you'd be terrified on there. But yeah, that's a brilliant ride, great views, really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna go on the Factory of Dreams now. Again, I have no idea what this is. I'm assuming it's a ride because it's got a cue board. So let's go and see what this is about. Hopefully it's better than the other one I just did. So the Factory of Dreams was all right there. So it was a simulator ride. So you go in there and basically you go through the factory where all of the football stuff is being made. It's like you go into the first scene, you're in where the room where they're making all of the footballs, and then you go into where they're making all the t-shirts and where they're making the trophies and all the banners and the socks and all sorts of things like that. And then at the end, you end up on a football pitch, and then you end up being the ball, and it's like all of these footballers all running towards the screen, and it's like, imagine if it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like your perspective as the football. It's like you imagine you're the football, and that's what it's like for the football in a football game. It's like we got kicked into the goal, and then there was all fireworks going off. It was quite cool, and then it ended very abruptly. It was literally like fireworks going off in the sky, and then suddenly it just went straight to the beginning screen again with Factory of Dreams. It was like, whoa, well, that was over quickly. So, but yeah, it was much better than the other one I did. I did quite enjoy it. Still not the best ride ever. It's only a simulator, so it's nothing amazing. However, it was definitely better than the other one, and I did enjoy it. So I'm gonna go and get this other credit now. So this is a Zamperla Junior coaster. It's called the Wave Hala. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a ride on this. Last credit to get here at the park, and yeah, here it is. Small little junior coaster. This did operate when the park was Bollywood. It used to be called like #1 taxi or something, but yeah, now it's called the Wave Hala. So let's go and give this a ride. Maybe I'll be able to get on the next train. There we go, both coasters in this park have been ticked off the to-do list. Yeah, that was all right, nice and smooth. I was on the back row. It had some serious whip going over that first drop. I was actually getting thrown over that first drop. It was brilliant for a junior coaster. But yeah, there we go. The credit, it has been completed. Now, I'm gonna go for a ride on that bus simulator thing that I saw earlier. I don't know 100% what this is, however, I might have an inkling. So when this park was Bollywood, there was a flying theatre. However, I don't know if that's back with the park because there's a big wheel over at the other side of the park that operated when this park was Bollywood, but it's not in operation now when it's Real Madrid World. It hasn't opened since Real Madrid World opened, I don't think. So I don't know if the flying theatre is that similar situation or if this is the flying theatre. Either way, I'm about to find out. It's on a 10-minute queue, the Road to Victory bus simulator. So let's go and see if this is a flying theatre. So unfortunately it wasn't a flying theatre, it was a simulator. It was the same ride system as the one, the Hunger Games simulator in Motion Gate. It was alright. If you've ever played those games where it's like you're on a road and you're going down a road collecting gold or whatever, and you need to swipe different lanes to avoid all the obstructions and you need to get as much gold as you can, it was pretty much like that, but collecting footballs and trophies in all of the different places where Real Madrid have played football games. So yeah, it was an interesting one, very unique ride, nothing special. The screen quality was alright, but yeah, it's not the best ride ever. So I've done pretty much all of the standout attractions here at Real Madrid World. There's a few other family flat rides like a drop tower and a Zamperla disco and stuff, but I'm not bothered about doing any of them. So for the rest of the night, I'm just going to keep seeing how many rides I can get on Hala Madrid. So there we go, I had 2 rides there on Hala Madrid, one on the front, one on the back. Be aware, they do close the ride half an hour before the advertised park closing. So it's 9:40 now, park closes advertised at 10, but they do close it earlier, so do be aware of that if you are coming. That's the reason why I only got 2, otherwise I would still have 20 minutes for more rides. But yeah, I got 2 rides. The reason I got a second ride was because it was so quiet. There was 1 person left in the queue that needed to go round, and other than that, it would have been an empty train going around with that 1 person on, so they let us all re-ride. So yeah, I went over to the back row and had a ride on there. Absolutely brilliant, really enjoyed that. On the back row, it was amazing. I got absolutely thrown over that drop, some crazy airtime on the back row, absolutely brilliant. In terms of the park, it's a nice park, nicely presented. They've got a few rides here, not loads. Hala Madrid is the main reason that you'd come here. Like now that I've seen the park, experienced it, next time I come here, I probably won't spend a lot of time here. I'd probably next time spend the whole day in Motion Gate and then come in here for the last hour of the day, maybe just to get a few rides on Hala Madrid, because other than Hala Madrid, there's not a lot that stands out here. I look forward to seeing where they go in the future. I know they've got a Mack hypercoaster in storage here, so maybe they'll build that one day or send it over to Motion Gate. I don't know, but either way, it's a nice park, nicely presented. Definitely recommend a visit. Definitely come over and ride Hala Madrid. It's an absolutely brilliant ride. That's now the end of this vlog here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much. So I ended up running out of charge in that clip there. But that's now the end of this vlog here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later. Bye.